Alrighty, let's do a garden tour. It's October now, October 13th, just had the long weekend. So I'm getting things ready for the fall, but I still have lots of stuff in. As you can see, there are eggplants in here, some nice big ones, so I'm leaving those. I've got quite a lot of peppers that haven't changed color yet, so I'm leaving them as long as possible. And hopefully we can get some color on them, and if not, then we'll freeze them as green peppers, use them in soups and stews and all that kind of stuff. Still getting yellow zucchini, so just picked one this morning. It was pretty big, and there's like 3 more on this plant, so that's great. And over here we have Swiss chard, bright lights. So we've got the yellows and the reds. And down below I've put in some spinach. So this spinach is liking the cooler weather, which is great. Climbing beans. I did put them in really late. They went in, I think it was almost the end of August. So they've climbed, but they haven't produced any beans. But everything's a learning curve, right? So chicory, I've got a ton in the freezer that can be used all winter, and so yeah, I'm just taking a break on chicory for now, but that will probably survive the winter. We'll see, but I have had it in the past to survive the winter and come back next year. Down here is our oregano. That'll survive the winter and come back next year. Parsley, that won't come back. Chives, we've got butternut squash that I've left in. I really don't think we're gonna get any fruit off of it, or like nothing worth eating. But you can see there's a few squash. So I don't know. I'll just leave it, see what happens. Mizuna, this is a winter green. The peas that I planted are doing really well. They're climbing. I picked a bunch of them for Thanksgiving. We ate peas for our Thanksgiving dinner. This is a broccoli. I've kind of nipped off all the little broccoli heads that were in there because they were delicious. Oh, there's one. And I got it to show you. There. Ta-da! So, really good. If you've never had broccoli like this, like, it doesn't taste anything like what you get in the grocery store. You should try growing a broccoli at least once in life. More spinach. Along here we've got turnips, radishes. Look at the size of these radish. They're pretty good. More turnips. So I've got some nice white ones in here. They're a decent size. So that's good. And then I've got some beets down at the end. I have left some tomato plants in, and they're getting fresh green, like some baby tomatoes. We may not get much out of it, but it's worth the thought, like worth trying. Down below here is tatsoi, so that's an Asian green. This should survive the winter. Super high in vitamin C, so very good for you. It's one of those ones that like can freeze and then will just thaw a little bit in the sunlight. So yeah, this is an awesome one to have for your winter garden. And just more tomatoes down this row. So speaking of winter garden, we're going to box in these guys with some clear plastic. So the whole thing will be covered. We'll have an access point, and hopefully we will be able to continue growing all winter, because I do have carrots in here and beets. We've got some arugula, and at the back there is more tatsoi. So hopefully we'll be able to keep this going all winter. I've pulled out a couple of the kales. I'm going to process them, these like great big guys, but we're going to leave some in because the posts are tall enough. So these will be like little mini greenhouses. At least that's the plan. We've never done anything like this before, so I'll let you know if it works. Same thing in here. It's the kales, the arugulas. I've got along the back carrot, dill, and cilantro. So that should grow through the winter slowly. That's the thing, if you're gonna grow stuff like this for the winter, like you can't plant seeds. The tatsoi might actually be pushing it. You need to have your plants like well developed before, because they won't grow in the winter, they'll just survive. Okay, we're gonna also do something similar with these beds through the posts that I've put in. So we're gonna cover it with the plastic and hopefully turn them into like little tunnels, hoop tunnels. Because I've got green onion and more Swiss chard and older green onions, bigger green onions. We got more turnips, and we've got some purple turnips in here. Down here, I think I threw some more radish in. Radish grows pretty quickly though. We've got bok choy down here. So we're starting to produce some bok choy leaves. This is another winter one. Bok choy should survive the winter in the garden, especially because we're going to cover it. So, yeah, like I said, we've never done it before, so we'll see. Peas. Doing really well, actually. They've gotten quite tall, and they are producing peas and producing flowers, so we'll get more peas. There's a pea. Like I said, I picked a bunch of them just the other day, so the only ones left on here right now are the little guys, but we're gonna get another flush of them. More chicory, more kale. I still have 2 cabbages to pull out, one over there and one over there. So I'm gonna leave them in the ground until such time as we need to eat them, because they stay fresher that way, right? More turnips, purple turnips. Look at the size of those guys. They're decent sized. And over here I've got more cilantro coming up, and I've got some older cilantro that we're eating. I do like cilantro, and it's really good for you, detoxifying. Sage. This plant should overwinter. I should be able to keep him. He should be able to come back next year just because of the size of it. So we'll see. Beans are done. These guys are gonna come out. In fact, let's just rip them out. They come out really easy. Yeah, I think that's everything to show you. This row is the turnips and beets, and again, we're gonna cover this row with plastic, and hopefully some of those smaller beets will continue to produce through the winter. If not, we'll even just have like beet leaves, I guess, beet top. You can make beet kvass with it and saute them down. Just learning, trying new things. So that is everything from the garden. October 13th. Still quite a lot of stuff growing. Take care. Thanks for watching.